everybody, Zee Garcia here, and today I'm jumping into my own list of a top 10 weeknight games, something that several of the other people in the office have already done. I figured I'd take a stab at it too. So this is a tricky one for me to come to terms with, the idea here, the concept, the theme. So I wrote down a few things for myself so I could encapsulate kind of what it meant to me to be a weeknight game. So I'm going with something that's not too stressful, maybe even a little soothing. Easy rules, easy to get into, short play time, generally speaking, not too much setting up. It has to be something that isn't going to be draining after a day of work. Easy setup, easy tear down. It can adapt to a number of players. I'm not just going here with a small player count or a large player count. I kind of want it to be a little more flexible than that based on your needs. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm going with. Something that isn't just a filler, it might be a little more than that, but isn't going to be draining on the batteries after I'm already tired from a long day. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it with number 10. By the way I'm ranking these is from 10 to 1, with 10 being the one that fits all those things I talked about a little less perfectly, okay? So my number 10 is a game called Evergreen, which I think is a gorgeous game. It is very soothing in a way. It's a game that still is challenging and still requires you to solve some puzzles and be tricky with your position of these trees and the sun shining light on them. But it moves along at a nice clip. It is fairly easy to set up. It's got bits you're going to be messing with, but they're manageable. It is not a table hog. Everything you need to be concerned with is kind of in this little square in front of you. So it feels like you have your own little world, your own little cozy area that you'll be managing with, or messing with, I should say. So I really like Evergreen. I think it's one that is going to play 2 to 4 players just fine. So it also will adapt to different player counts. It's a good one, and my number 10. Number 9 is going to go to King of Tokyo, a game that's very Yahtzee-esque, and I think it's one of those where it's like, I feel like relaxing tonight, shaking off the day, let's roll some dice and attack each other's monsters a little bit. Again, yeah, some adaptable player numbers here, a little more on the higher end, but the game is quick, so it will not outstay its welcome. And while I think a game like this could be draining and energetically draining, I think King of Tokyo is short enough where I'm seeing it more as I want to shake off an annoying day, a long day, a bad day at work, that sort of thing, and play this. You know, it's kind of like listening to angry music or playing a video game or something. So this one's going to let you get that out. So my number 9 goes to King of Tokyo. Number 8 is The Veil of Eternity, and this one is a trading card game-esque little card game, but the packaging, the entire scope of the thing is small enough where I don't feel the same way I would pulling out, say, Magic the Gathering. And maybe I want to do a little deck building before I jump into a little, kitchen table Magic the Gathering. Veil of Eternity is small. It is self-contained. It moves along at a nice clip. You play 10 quick little rounds and the game is over. And then you put it all away very quickly, very easily. Not a lot of setup here. It's kind of a shuffle up and start playing kind of game. So I like this one. It's got a good look. It's a little banger. And if you have not played it and you like this kind of game, I certainly recommend it. The Veil of Eternity, my number 8. Number 7 is going to go to Get On Board. Kind of feels like a roll and write. Very, very quick, this one. The time investment here for the amount of interest in the game is tremendous. The whole game is going to take, could be 20 minutes, could be 30 minutes, but you feel like you played a whole game. You are going to be making your little connections on the board. You are picking up people on your bus and dropping them off. A little bit of a roll and ride or a flip and ride in this one. But yeah, it has a little bit of a puzzly meets cozy meets cutesy vibe going on, which I think lands it on the list for me at number 7. Number 6 is going to go to King Domino Origins. I'm going with King Domino Origins specifically on this one because it is a game that you can adapt up to be a little more complex or adapt down to be a little simpler based on what kind of weeknight you're having. This one you can play a game that's very similar to just King Domino which is incredibly straightforward, would also be a good fit on the list. But if you're feeling a little bit more capable tonight, then you can throw in the special abilities of the characters, or you can level up the gameplay. Very quick, very straightforward tile drafting, and then building up in front of you, seeing what you made. Again, you have that feeling of, this is my own little kingdom right here. This is all the mental energy I have, to deal with stuff tonight. Right here in front of me. Make it. It's pretty. I built something. Pack it away real quick, and I am done for the night. So that is King Domino Origins. My number 5 is going to go to The Art Project. The Art Project is a cooperative card-driven game. A lot of variety in the box, but a very easy one to start playing. You put out a board, shuffle up the deck, and you're pretty much ready to start going. I like this one as a game that is not a table hog. I like this one as a game where it's pretty easy to sort of take free-form turns around the table. You can look at your cards, and whenever you're ready, you can just be like, okay, can I go? I'll just go. I'll take a turn now. All of those things, the lack of structure, but not just structure, kind of like pressure, I think elevate the game as a good candidate for an easy weeknight. So the Art Project doesn't get enough love as it is, and I think it's a good fit for this list especially. Number 4 goes to Castle Combo, another one that I think has a really good return rate on the amount of time you're going to spend playing it versus the fun little decisions you get to make. You're building a 3x3 grid in front of you. You'll be buying characters and putting them in that grid, and then scoring based on the combinations you make. Really clean, very straightforward. 20 minutes, like I said, especially if you play with a lower player count, maybe 30. Love it. Really fun and very, very replayable. So this could become one of those that, we played last night. Hey, tonight let's try again. I want to try that again. I want a rematch. This one has that one more sort of feel. And that is Castle Combo, number 4. Number 3 is going to go to a 2-player only game, another card-driven game called Caper Europe. Caper Europe is sort of a Seven Wonders duel-esque game with a little card drafting, though you pass a hand back and forth, and then some lanes in which you're doing a bit of a tug-of-war. Great games for weeknights. Very simple. You are assigning these characters, these thieves, to various locations in a city, and then giving them the sort of retro, cutesy gear that they'll have to break into these places. The theme is very distant. It's quite abstracted. And the whole thing is fun. It's clean. It's lighthearted in a way. Kind of looks a little bit like a Pixar-inspired The Incredibles sort of vibe. It has that a bit of that look. The whole thing is a few rounds of card drafting, and then you're done and you'll score it up. Love it. One of my favorite games anyway, and a fantastic game to throw down quick. Not a lot of spread, and then you're done and you can pack it away. My number 2 goes to Dale of Merchants. I like deck building games where the end game is particularly quick. I don't want to sit there and count a whole bunch of stuff or have it be too many things, too much of a spread. And Dale of Merchants is the champ at that. You are going to buy new cards, play them for their abilities, all the usual things you expect to see in a deck building game. But the way you win in this one is by building these little stalls, because you're a little merchant, in front of you. Whoever builds the 8th stall, and they get progressively harder, whoever builds the 8th stall first wins the game. Full stop, game's over, scoop the cards and put it away. And I love that. I love the simplicity of that. It is a game that also gets faster the more you play, because a lot of people, when they first start learning this game, slow roll building those stalls. You can get this game going quite quickly. A lot of variability in the boxes too, and you can get any one of them. Dale of Merchants is sequels. You can get 1, 2, 3. There's a big box. You can get whatever you want to, but they'll all give you that real quick burst of energy and speed, a little bit of a deck building vibe, and then you're done. And that is my number 2. And finally, my number 1. I wanted something a little bit bigger, but equally simple, equally easy to get to the table and put away. Inserts are going to help with that. Good inserts, good usability, ease of play, simplicity, and straightforward design. And I think Seven Wonders Architects does a fantastic job with that. you are going to open up that box, which is a nice big box, but then you grab this sort of plastic tray, put that in front of you, pop the lid on that, you're about ready to start playing. You draft a card from the center or one of your two neighbors, put it in front of you. You're building a monument in front of you from these little cardboard pieces that are in that tray. Nice and punchy and quick. Once you're done, you scoop all your things, put them back in that tray, pop the lid, you're cleaned up. You're good to go. So I really like this one. It's going to be, some nice player amount variability there. You can come down to 3, go up more than that. It might even play 2, I don't remember, but it's a really punchy, simple game, maybe too light for too many other circumstances other than game night. That's the thing. It's perfect for this idea. So I very much recommend Seven Wonders Architects for this. And that's going to do it for my list, everybody. Thank you very much for watching this one. Let me know in the comments below, what did I miss? What am I obviously thoughtlessly excluding here? And then I'll know. I know what mistakes I made. But that's going to do it. My name is Zee Garcia. I'll see you on the next one.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another video from the Dice Tower. Hey, you want to learn more about us, communicate with us? We have a Facebook group, we have a Discord channel, lots of different ways to get involved with the Dice Tower. You can find that in our Linktree link below. So just click that, it will take you and you can communicate with us on Facebook, join our Facebook groups. There's lots of cool things that you can find and become part of the Dice Tower. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Tom Vasel.